Okay, we'll learn now about we have learned about queries and reports and forms and tables. Uh, we are now going to learn about macros. Macro is a way of programming the database. In fact, you can actually create a macro in word processing. You can create a macro in Excel. Yeah, it's a way of in Word and Excel. You can actually record a sequence of steps. Yeah, so that you repeat the same steps whenever you want it. If you know you have to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you can do it automatically. Yeah, for most tasks. For example, you could create a macro that will stamp an address, email address, and telephone. Whenever you want it, it would stamp that. Yeah, you can create a macro and you can put it on a toolbar. When you click it, it will do it automatically. Imagine whenever you want your address, telephone, email to be written automatically, it will come. It will be written automatically. That is a way of programming. For example, often when I write references, I have to write my email address. Sometimes the address if it's going to go by email, I'll write my address as well. If it's letterhead paper, I don't have to. I can actually put a macro to stamp the address. In database, we need a macro. We need a macro to open the reports, to open forms, to be able to exit, yeah, the program, or to close the forms, to be able to go back to the main menu, okay, to be able to navigate within the program. As soon as the database opens, you want the main menu to open. Okay, last week as a homework I gave you a printout of this page. Okay, all right. Before you get started today, I would expect you to do a plan. Just like you do a storyboard for your website, you do a plan for the main menu. If you take a paper in landscape, and what you do is you write at the top main menu. All the reports, all the buttons to open the report, you put them on the right, and all the buttons to open forms, you put them on the left. In the middle, yeah, there are some more links, hyperlinks to open subform and another special report. You leave it for that at the bottom for exit. Okay, but you plan it, and then you create the macros. How do we create the macros? How do we create the buttons? What are the steps we follow when we create the macros? Okay, here we have tables, queries, forms, reports. We can create a macro to open tables. We can create a macro to open queries, forms, or reports. However, you don't want normal users to have access to the queries because they could damage it. You don't want normal users to have access to the queries. They can amend and create an action query based on that and damage the data. You want to minimize the access they have to what they need only. So if you use forms and reports, you can actually organize it nicely. So you make links to the forms and reports. No need to make links to the tables or queries from the main menu. But you can make a link to an external website or external file. It could be a Word file, just like a website as well. Yeah, you can actually create a hyperlink. So how do we create the main menu? The first thing is to create a form for it. The form we create has to be using the design view. So we click on create, and form design. Okay, form design, and you expand to make it bigger because you are going to have more items. You expand to make it bigger, and you file save object as, what would be the best name? Main menu. So it's saved as main menu. We need to put various kinds of controls. When you go to eat as much as you like restaurant, you take the plate, but you start putting food on, so you'll put, for example, the rice, and then you need to put the, say, the prawns and the fish and the sauce. You put various items what you want to eat. We have controls, and we can place those controls on the form. How do we create? You see, as soon as we are in design view, what we need is opened automatically. Which tab do we need? The design tab. On the design tab, we have here, that's a label. Do you see? This part is a label. You can put a label for writing items. That is a button. When you put the mouse over it, it tells you what kind of object it is. This is when you want to create a hyperlink. Okay? And the first one, we need a label. We put at the top main menu. Main menu. That is small, right? It is like a heading, so we want to make it big. How do we edit the features? I've told you this if you remember. How do we open the property window? The property window, how do we open if it's closed? F4. Can we all clap for him, please? Good. Nice. Okay, so he remembers F4, right? We press F4, and here now we can edit the property, the look of it. Yeah. Some of you in the morning you go to the mirror and you spend on the lipstick and the brush and everything. Yeah? Okay. So you do the same with the form. You work on the look of it. Yeah. Okay. So this main menu, we want to change the fore color, for example, what color it is. So we can click inside where it says fore color.
Why you only talking, sorry to interrupt you, why you only talking about the lipstick and the woman? Why you not talking about the man seeing the mirror and shaving it and the tie?
Oh yes, you are right.
Don't say a woman with lipstick.
Okay, you are. I take the point, Mahbuba. All right. Main menu. Point taken. We want to change the fore color. What color it is? We can click on it and we can choose the color, any color we like, but it has to be sensible color. And we can make it bigger, font size, and we can expand. We can edit its properties. We can click on home and edit as well through the normal font enhancement tools, like making it bold and making it underline. We can change the color as well here. Special effects, yes. Special effects, we can change to raised, yeah, slightly, yeah. So it has that as well. So what I say is experiment. But what we are now interested is to put the buttons. We want to put the buttons to open the forms for first. We have a member form, right? We have a member form. I need someone to help me here. I know. Come. Okay. Okay. So click on design. Click on design and insert a button. Insert a button. Okay. that's very big button. Yeah, use the grid to size the button. Okay, now the wizard is trying to help us. Do we want the wizard? We don't want the wizard. We are the wizards. So we need to switch off the wizard. Click cancel. The way to switch off the wizard is, you see here, the button for more. You click on it and you get the wizard switched off by, at the moment it's sort of a golden color it has. Yeah, especially if you see it on the main computer instead of the projector, it is a golden color. And click on it, switch off the buttons, the wizard. So if you add the button now, okay, don't make it too big, resize it. Still that's big, but anyway, we can keep it for now for visibility. We said we'll put the forms on the left. Okay, what sort of things do we want to change? All the things we want to change are here on the property window. The first thing we need to change is the name. Name is very, very important in computing, programming within database. Now this is like a mini programming. You are programming it using the macro. Okay, name. You start CMD. What does CMD stand for? For command button. Yeah, command, not comment, command. Yeah, or BTN. Let's make it BTN for button. Yeah, BTN. Then after that, you can type member. Oh, sorry. Type member. What you should do is you make the first letter capital letter, but then it changes straight away. The look is important as well. So that is the member. And the other thing we want is the writing on it. Yeah, what is written on it? We need to change that as well, and that's called caption. What is written on the button is called caption. The name is important, but the button, the caption is important. Write member, please. So using the property window, you change first the name, then the caption. There are more properties to change. I want each of you to actually work on it. Member, press enter. Well done. Now, if we check this button, let's check if it works. Click on member. It's not working. We need to. It's like a hyperlink that's not programmed, isn't it? Yeah? Yeah? So we need to go back to the design view. But it's not hyperlink we need. We need to create the macro. Okay? So there is one concept I would like to teach you. Event. Who knows what event is? Anyone? Have you heard of event? Yesterday was an event, isn't it? Yeah? Okay, we had the skills competition event, right? Okay. For example, if you pass, yeah, you maybe, let's say you don't need to come to the functional skills class. If you pass. If you fail, you need to attend. Okay? The event is pass or fail. If you pass, you don't need to, you don't need to attend anymore. Yeah, I'm not saying that. Yeah, based on the event. Yeah, a button can be clicked how many times? Once or twice. When we click it twice, it's what do we call it? It has a name. Double click. We can double click a button, or we can click once. Okay, or we can put the mouse over the button. Sometimes you put over the button, something will happen. So here on the property window we have categories. We have categories for format. Format is about the look. Yeah, format is about the look. Data, what data is displayed there? With a button there isn't much except it's enabled or disabled. Or event. Oh, the button can have all those events, including on click, it can be clicked, it can get focus. Okay, earlier I was talking to Mahbuba, so Mahbuba got the focus at that moment. Yeah, but then if I forget about Mahbuba and then I start talking about Mazen, she lost focus. Yeah, and he got focus. So there are different kind of events, like on mouse down, yeah, mouse up. All of those can be programmed. But for a button, the most popular one is the on-click event. And here on the using the build button, the 3 dots, you can click on it. Then you get a builder menu. Choose builder. We want, which one do we want? Do we want the macro builder, expression builder, or code builder? Macro builder we want, and we click OK, and we get this window. What can we do here? We create actions. What we do is actions. Actions. We want to create actions. The action we want to create is we want to open form. Open form. Oh, what form? So you say I want to create open form. Yeah, open form, and then the name we need to specify. The form we said we will create. No, it's not main menu. We want member. Okay, so we are creating that, and then the view we can specify the form view. Click on X, we will close it, or click on this X, we will delete it. Which X shall we click? Close the top one. Okay, so be careful not to click on this one. If you click on this one, you are deleting the macro. Click on X, say yes, and look, on when we click on member form, the member form opens. Okay. Just one more thing, I'm gonna teach you now how to open a report, but we'll have someone else now. Yeah, thank you. We are going to have no. Let's do one report first. But come here. So one macro now for opening reports. Which view do we need to be able to add buttons? We change to design view. So we are now working in the design view of the form. Okay, instead of the wizard. Add a button, please. Okay, you add a button. Make it. Which side shall we make the button for the report? Left or right? No, same size. Good man. Which side? Light or left? Let's put the report on one side, the forms on another side. Okay? And when you can use the grids to size them nicely as well. Okay? All right. Take care of the button details first, like the name of the button. It says command 3, not a good name, so you put CMD. Yeah, CMD lowercase CMD. Then which say we have a report about Angela, isn't there? So Angela, not uppercase, it should be lowercase. Angela.
How can you call? Why don't you put space?
We have a question. Why don't we put a space? A space within your name. Would you be happy? Your name is, what's your name? Your name is Samira. Okay? Alright? So imagine we have Mira. It's computer usually get upset with that kind of names. Sometimes it's forgiving. Yeah? But it's better not to have space. Yeah? If there is a need to use more than 2 words, yeah, you can use the camel case where, for example, you say, let's say King Jacob. You put K capital, lowercase, then Jacob, Y-A-C-O-B, without capital Y. That kind of case is called where you put the first letters of each word in capital letter. Is called camel case. You can use camel case. So the caption is going to be Angela. Okay, well done. And we want now to program it. What do we use to program it? We click where on the property window. Which tab do we click? Is it format, data, event, or other, or all? Event. All can do it. Event, and then on click on the three dots, the build button. Macro builder, and open report. Now what you have to be careful when you open a report is what you have to be careful is yes, you can open a report to print. You can open a report to look at report view, yeah, but you don't want to print every time you open it, yeah. Sometimes you may have created a report just for that purpose. Where is okay, all right. Okay, what we are going to do, we will come out of this. We'll make sure we have a report for Angela. Create and report wizard. And choose the query for Angela. So this would be a quick revision. Angela. Okay, click, yeah, double click to the double arrow. And next. Oh, now what title? Just call it Angela. Finish. It's good to use a wizard sometimes for creating reports, for example, but you always need to pay attention before you click next. Yeah. Now let's create the macro. So event on click on the build button, macro builder, and open reports. And the report name, start. Look, Angela is there already, right? And we wanted report view. Close it. As soon as we say close, wait. Do you want to save the changes made to the macro and update property? What would you say? Yes. You are actually programming the database at the moment, yeah? Click yes. And if you now change to report view and click on Angela, okay, it has opened it. If you see the report, it's not showing the date correctly. You can actually edit the report by resizing in layout view here, for example, or let's change it design view. Make the report size bigger, then resize the space for date. View, it's displayed correctly. So the steps we use for creating macro, there is just one macro to create to show you. Then after that we'll go for a break. Who? Oh, Samira has asked for it. Samira, yeah, do you want? No? Okay, Fatima then come here. Yes. No, Fatima. No, before break. Then after break you are going to work on it. Fatima, there is just one more macro to learn. Have a seat. Follow instruction.
You just want to take me away from Mahdi.
All right. We are going to. So we have looked at. Hello. It's not break time yet. Hello. Okay. We are going to add. We are going to add a button to exit the database. Yeah. Or we can add to close forms, but we'll do to exit the database. So let's add a button. Click at the draw it to at the bottom of the page. Make it slightly bigger. Okay. And make the button bigger because it's too small. Fatima is taking her time. Yeah. All right. Click on all and change the name CMD exit. Okay. What does CMD stand for? CMD for command button. CMD, yeah. All right. And then after that, exit. Okay, you are not allowed space. Yeah. I'll teach you one thing. For example, have you seen in some programs where they are underlined if you want to use shortcut? Yeah. For exit, I think just before X, we put the end sign, the ampersand sign. Then what it will do is it will put exit as well. It will actually put underline. It is on the captions. Let me come back to you on that. Okay. Instead of the name, to be honest, it should be on the caption. The caption at the moment, the way it's written is do you see? The caption, it has an ampersand sign before X. It's not displayed. It's a code. You are saying, I want this to be a shortcut. Okay? And the shortcut is it's underlined X. Okay? It has underlined X. So to access that, yeah, you can use the Alt and X. But if we click on event, yeah, click on event and then on click choose an action for exiting. Click on the build button and macro builder, click OK and choose an action for exiting from the drop down menu. Close. You can have close database or close window. It depends which one you want. Okay. For this case, we are going to choose close database. and close and say yes. If we change the view to form view, okay, as soon as we click on the exit button, it's asking, do you want to save changes to the design of the form? You say yes. Say yes. Okay, we have that database is closed. Thank you very much. It's your break time now. Yeah.